this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I made $3,500 through acquiring Chase credit cards. You're going to see exactly the cards that I chose and how I did it. So I personally have all 4 of these Chase cards. Not exactly whether or not you should get the card, but my experiences with the card, and then you guys can make an educated decision on which card you think is best for you. I did the credit card churning, where basically open a card, you get the sign up bonus, and you hit the requirement. So for this card in particular, you had to spend $10,000 in your first 3 months and you get $1,000. I got that. Same with this one. You had to spend $6,000 in your first 3 months of opening an account. I got that one, $750. This one too, $750. This one is $1,000 and $250 to travel, right? So I personally have gotten all of those, so that's all value of $3,500, which is crazy. When you're getting these cards, you're really not going to be able to get them all at once. So with Chase, really it took me over a year and a half to get these, and I'm really not a credit card guru expert. And I'm a really big believer in Dave Ramsey and personal finance, and I'm going to preface this by saying any YouTube video you see online is just going to say, hey, sign up for this credit card. Here's my referral link. I'm not going to do that with you guys. I'm not going to be like, oh, you have to get this card. This is real talk. If you don't have all of your finances in order, and don't even think about getting a credit card. You don't need a credit card to run a business. It's helpful, but if your personal life, if you're personally in debt and you have all these bills, it's probably not smart to want to do this, right? Where your credit card churning, you're optimizing, because you're going to be paying, 20%, 27% interest rate if you don't pay off these cards. And they also have annual fees that do add up, which people don't like to talk about. So I really like to keep it real on this channel and not just tell you guys, oh, sign up for this thing, and because that's really what any other video will tell you. I'm going to tell you guys really just my perspective straight up, right? So if you're not responsible with your money, if you're worried about not being able to pay off these credit cards, if you think you're going to be spending more than you make, don't even get a credit card. Just don't. But if you're the person that is responsible and is able to leverage credit cards to help grow their business, keep watching. So we're just going to get right into it. So the way that I really liked getting these cards was I got I got this one. So this is one of my personal favorite ones. Also this one with the cash. So the reason for this, and these are really great starter cards, and you should be able, I don't know everybody's personal situation, but these are relatively easy cards to get to start getting into the Chase, I believe they call it the Chase Gambit, where you have all the different Chase business cards. But basically, I started with the Business Unlimited. Absolutely love the card. There's no annual fee. Amazing, right? If you spend $6,000 in the first 3 months, which is very obtainable for most businesses, you get $750. So I saw this as a free $750. Yeah, I get a slight ding on my credit, but I get free $750. I don't know about you guys, but that's a lot of money. You get $750 for spending $6,000. That's really nice. Then you also get 1.5% cash back on all your purchases, which is amazing. And then on top of that, you get 0% APR for 12 months. So that's one thing that I absolutely love. And I don't say this to don't load up a balance on this card and then just forget about paying it off. That's what they want you to do. But say you open this card and they give you a $4,000 limit. That's basically $4,000 that you can play around with for a while before paying off the card, because it's 0% APR for 12 months. So I really like this card. So I got this card first, and then I got this business cash card, which I really like too, because it was basically another free $750 if you spend $6,000 in 3 months, which I did very easily, because my business in particular, I order a lot of product and inventory, so we have a lot of expenses coming through it every month. So this $750 was super easy to hit with that bonus. And then you get 5% back in select categories, select business categories. So you can kind of like read into that. I'm not going to go over it. I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to go over it. The main reason why I got this card was just to basically get the bonus. Like, I don't really use the business cash that much. I really did it just to get the bonus, and then also to get the 0% APR for 12 months, so I can kind of just play around with that money that they gave me, and then pay it off before it starts accruing interest. So that's what I did. So I got those two. Really like them. Also, no annual fee. So, like, it's just crazy to think about that you could just spend $6,000 and get $750. Like, cool. And then I went and I got the I thought it was funny. I tried to get the business preferred and I got declined. And then I did the premier and I got in. So the next card that I got, so the third chase card that I got was this one. So the Ink Business Premier. Really like this card. So the one downside that I really don't like is the $195 annual fee. I think that's a bit high, but so if you're doing wholesale or just buying a lot of inventory in bulk, or maybe your business has certain expenses that exceed, let's see, yeah, so exceed $5,000, this would be a really great card to use because it says here if you pay in full with the card, you can, let's see, yeah, you earn 2.5% cash back on every purchase of $5,000 or more. So that's perfect for wholesale. So with Amazon FBA wholesale, you're buying usually above $5,000 orders, and then you could earn 2.5% cash back on pretty much everything you buy. So that really adds up. That 0.5% really adds up over time. And then you get a $1,000 cash bonus when you spend $10,000 in the first 3 months. I know that's going to be hard to hit for a lot of people that are beginning in business, or maybe your business just, it's hard to spend that much in 1 month. That's understandable. And honestly, I mean, this card I feel like isn't for a lot of people, but if you're running specifically like an Amazon FBA business where you're spending over $5,000 at one time, or you just have a business where for whatever reason when you incur an expense and if it's about $5,000, I think this is a really good card because you do get that 2.5% back. And I want to preface this by saying too, like, none of this matters if you pay interest. You just don't want to pay interest because then it's going to eat at your bottom line of your business. You're going to have a bad time. And then, like, worrying about the 0.5%, like, it just all doesn't make sense if you're not responsible. I really want to highlight that. Like, these cards are really only for people, in my opinion, that are going to be very responsible with their business and actually pay off the cards. Because, like, I've just seen where people, they'll max out a card and they don't have the money to pay it, and they start eating the interest and start paying the interest, which that's how they get you. Like, I don't know how to say it other than that. So then here we have the Ink Business Preferred. So this card I got specifically because it lets me open up the Chase Travel Portal, and that lets me get flights for a discounted rate. So that's specifically why I got this. So I really don't like that it's a $95 annual fee. I'm going to be completely honest. But you get $1,000 cash when you spend $8,000 in the first 3 months. Got that bonus too. So really, it's not that bad when you say in 1 year's time, if you don't close out the card, that is basically $9,000 or $900 in cash, which is pretty cool. And then you basically, this whole card is all about business travel. So if you really like traveling, this might be the card for you. And yeah, I honestly don't travel that much, so I don't really I didn't really want this card, and that's why I got it last. But I like the idea that I have it now, and I can use the Chase portal to get 25% off all of my travel purchases. And like I looked, like I was like, okay, how much is? I just put in whatever. I was like, how much is a round trip to Japan? And let's say it was $1,000. Since you have this access to the travel portal in Chase, it essentially makes your points more valuable. So instead of like with these points, instead of just redeeming it for cash, which is what I would always do, you can basically redeem it for travel, and your points will work a lot further. So you could get, let's say, $1,000 flight to Japan for $750. So you save $250. Save, right? Because you're still spending on the flight. Save $250, which is pretty cool. So it's just kind of nice to see. So if you did that, like, once a year, it would definitely be worth it to have this card, right? Because you save, the annual fee's $95, and then you save. I'd really like to say you save, right? Because you're spending all this money on the flight. Yeah, so really the threshold there is if you spend about $500 to $600 a year on travel, like it's probably worth it to have the business preferred. So I just wanted to put that out there. But yeah, I really like all these Chase cards. If you guys like me just talking about credit cards, let me know. This is one side of the business that I didn't use this for years, like just using credit cards to grow my business. And that really stunted my growth, but it also taught me very good fundamentals on how to not mess up. Like, I've talked to people where they'll leverage credit and then they'll make a bad buy, or something comes up in their business and they're eating the interest, and that really hurts your bottom line and your profit, and you just don't want that to happen. So I can't stress enough, being responsible with your credit card is very important. And it's like it's not about the point. Like if you're paying interest, there's no point to have the points. Like you're gonna be paying so much more in interest than the points would ever. Because I've seen where people travel hack and do all this stuff and whatnot, and then they forget to pay their card and it has a big balance, and then they have to pay all this money in interest, and now the points aren't worth it, right? But if you're responsible, you can make so much money. This is a tool. This is a very good tool. Every year of my business, I've made very good money off of just credit card churning, which is basically just opening cards really like this, where it's the Ink Business Unlimited, where you just get $750 and there's no annual fee, right? And then you just either have it open or you close the card and move on. In my opinion, it's one of those things that it's kind of like a side hustle because it takes such a small amount of time, and then you get what I consider a significant amount of money. Like you'll get $750 for just spending $6,000. It's just kind of money that it didn't take you long. It took you the time of filling out the form and then spending the money, which if you already spent the money, you're doing it anyway. And to make that amount of money in a short amount of time like that, it's so nice. Nobody really talks about that, how credit card churning can be a side hustle. So I'm just letting you guys know, I've made pretty decent money off of just credit card rewards points and churning credit cards as a very, I put less than 20 hours into it last year, and it made me thousands of dollars, right? So if you know how to be on the good side of credit, it can really help you out. You don't want to be on the bad side where you're paying the interest. Hopefully, I know this is I feel like I'm just saying the same things, but it's so important. Everything that I'm saying is so important because I've seen it happen to people where they'll pay interest on these cards and it's just not worth it. But this is a tool. This is something that you guys could use to make money and make your life better, right? If you do it the right way. So, really appreciate it. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully this has helped. I know this video is super long, but hopefully somebody out there gets some value from it.